What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Hidden Oaks Homestead. It's Chip and Nicole, and we just got back from an awesome weekend in Alabama.
It was a lot of fun, and the Keepers of the Old Ways put on a good event. You never know around this time of year how the weather's going to turn out, so that's always a question mark around here. And of course, these events are always at an outdoor venue. They did a really good job picking the venue. It was at Landmark Park in Dothan, Alabama, and it's beautiful. It's an absolutely beautiful park with lots of historical properties in there, schoolhouses, churches, old farmhouses, and it was a gorgeous location. And we went there as speakers this time. We did a couple of different classes over 2 days. Chip was talking about livestock guardian dogs, and it was really the first class like that we did.
Yeah.
And he did an awesome job.
I like livestock guardian dogs. It's kind of my thing. I love them. It was our first time. We spoke there last year, but we spoke as a team. We were up there together speaking last year, so we kind of had each other's back, and we were able to feed off of each other.
Yeah.
But this time, we kind of split up. She did canning classes, and I talked about livestock guardians. And I gotta say, it was a little nerve-wracking not having my safety net there to cover for me whenever I ran out of words. So I had to keep on going and pushing through.
Hope for questions in between.
Yeah.
For little awkward pauses. But yeah, like he said, we were up there last year together, and we were able to kind of complete each other's sentences when somebody didn't know the word or whatever. And it was a lot more of an organized class this year for both of us,
Yeah.
where we really had to come up with a lesson plan and a plan on how to execute and what we wanted to communicate in the class. And it was really good. Everybody who came out to the classes was super engaged. They had questions ready. They came prepared for their classes with a list of questions that they wanted to know. Everybody say hello. And it was really great to see a good mix of people in regards to age range. I would say we probably had everybody there from mid-20s to mid-70s. I think that it was a really good mix of people out there. And it was awesome to see just having people come together and learning from each other and coming together for community and just like-minded people. It was really awesome to see. The weather didn't always cooperate. I think we were all a little bit worried about the second day of the event.
The second day, about a week out, it looked like 80% chance of rain, and it slowly kind of dwindled down to about a 20% chance. And then the day of the event, it got kind of rough for about an hour and a half, but in that hour and a half was my class. So I was in an old-fashioned schoolhouse, little house on the prairie style, with a projector giving a PowerPoint class. And it kind of brought in more traffic to my class because people were trying to get out of the rain, and they were jumping into my classroom. What's going on in here? Oh, dogs. Okay, I'll listen.
Yeah. No, he had a full classroom of people. It was really cool to see.
It was intimidating. It was standing room only. Nicole popped in and got some video, and then she slipped out because she had other things to do, and I didn't even realize she left me. I was comforted when I saw her come in. I was like, okay, I can do it. And then I got going, and then when it was over, I looked around and she was gone. She left.
I wanted to check in on some other classes as well. I think one of the lessons that we learned with this event is that it's great to have a booth there for people to step in, but I think it's too much when you're there as an instructor to run a booth with products as well.
A vendor booth, yeah.
It was really, really tough. Obviously, we had our kids there with us, which was helpful, but it's a lot to manage that as well. So I think we're probably not gonna do that next time.
Yeah. So we're either gonna be speakers or we're gonna be vendors. we're not going to be both. We'll still set up a tent where people can come in and hang out with us and chat with us after our classes. But we don't want to have a vendor booth where we need somebody manned at the booth
at all times.
At all times, because it puts Amber in a tough situation as a 14-year-old girl when all these other teenagers are running around hanging out,
eating ice cream,
and she's stuck at the booth working, selling tinctures and soaps
and saps and everything,
and all the other girls her age are running around having fun. So we'll just cut back to either speaking or vendor.
Yeah, we can't do it both.
No, it's just too much.
And that's fine. But I think one of the really cool things about having a booth there, the bugs are out, was people stopping by after the class as well. You know, when they had questions or follow-up questions that weren't necessarily answered, or they had some more specific questions that they didn't really want to ask in the class because it was too specific, or they didn't want to really take up the time, they just stopped by and saw us. And that was really nice and really cool.
Yeah, I do want to keep a spot open so that people have a chance to come and meet us. Not that there's lines out the door like we're David the Good or any kind of high profile.
It's nice to have a shaded area in this hot sun, because it definitely Friday was hot. It was, 85, 90 degrees.
Yeah, it got warm already. It's barely April.
Geez, we were done by the end of the day. We were tired and worn out. Yeah. And then, you know, hanging on another day of event where you need to come back with high energy and make sure you put all the knowledge out there that you actually have to share. It's a long weekend, but it was really good to connect and really good to see everybody out there. And Keepers of the Old Ways did a really good job. Yeah,
it's our second time with them. I wish we were there from the beginning for the first one. We don't have that experience of being there from day one, but we didn't know about it. We're glad that Jessica was able to get in touch with us and make us a part of it, because we love being involved with it. And it's just an awesome event here in the Southeast.
Yeah, it's always good to get the local community together. So we'll definitely be there again next year. Not sure what she's going to make us talk about next year, but we know we are on the docket already. Yeah. You know, we have a couple of things that we can share about that we've learned along the way of being here. And so we're excited to connect again for next year. And surprise, we'll see what we come back as next year.
I told her after the event that we were thankful that she reached out to us and let us be a part of the event, and let her know that if next year, if she wants to invite us back, we would love the opportunity to come back and share knowledge with people. And she looked at me like I was crazy, like it's not implied that we're invited back next year. Yeah,
apparently we don't need an invitation.
It's just understood, and it's really this event that she's putting on, Keepers of the Old Ways, it's really strengthening the bonds that we have in our little homesteading community
locally here, because it's really you know, for the most part we're talking about a community of Alabama, Florida homesteaders with some extended friendships that we have in Kentucky and Missouri, and so it's always nice to get the friends back together. It's like a family reunion for us, having all of our friends in the same place, because we don't always get to see them all the time. So we get together at those events.
But we're back at the house now. We're back on the farm, and
I'm making him grind down some stumps.
We got work to do, so we're gonna cut this one short, and we are gonna get back to the real world.
And we'll see you in the next video.
We'll see you guys next time.
Thanks for hanging out.
Bye.
Keep going.
What's up?
What's up?
Hey, Head Notes.
Hey.
Respect.